This beef stew has a trick that many grandmothers use to make the broth thicker and much more flavorful. Today, I'm going to show it to you, so stay until the end. If your beef stew sometimes turns out bland or watery, you're probably making one of the 3 mistakes that I'm going to fix in this video. Today, we're going to do it right. An old-fashioned beef stew, the kind that used to be made at home with just 4 ingredients and a little bit of patience. And of course with 3 tips that change the outcome. Beef stew with potatoes. Absolutely wonderful. Good morning, I'm VT and this is Grandma's Kitchen. You asked for it, and here it is. Today we're making one of those traditional dishes that, as soon as you smell it, you know you're going to eat well. A beef stew with potatoes, one of those dishes that grandmas used to make taking their time and, above all, with love. Don't worry because I'm going to show you how. 3 tricks that grandmas use to make it perfect. So if you like hearty soups and stews, stay until the end because you're going to love this one. First ingredient, 1 kilo of beef for stewing. In my case, I always use chuck or shank if I can. There are no big secrets here because good stews are usually made with 3 or 4 simple things done well. We start by seasoning the meat with salt and pepper, and then we move straight to a pot. And we heat up a good splash of olive oil. Now comes the first important trick, searing the meat well. This might seem silly, but I assure you it completely changes the stew. When that golden crust forms, you see right there, that's when the flavor of the stew starts to appear. We take it out and set it aside. If you've made it this far, the algorithm worked and you're enjoying the video. So don't leave without subscribing and hitting the bell so you get notified every time I upload a video, at least 2 a week. Come on, subscribe. We're going for 1 million and we're already at almost 870,000. And while you're at it, you should give me a like because it doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps me keep making free content. Like the one I'm posting now, since we both love free stuff, right? You and me. Come on, hit that button, I see you. Hey, you haven't clicked yet. Don't forget. Once the meat is removed and in the same pot with the same oil, we start making the sofrito. We add onion, pepper, and garlic. This is a key step because this is where the flavor of the stew is built. In this case, for me, perfection is a medium onion, a medium pepper, and 2 cloves of garlic. I like red pepper, but green works too. It's up to you. A pinch of salt so it sweats and cooks faster, and now our sofrito is underway. An ingredient that's going to take it up a notch. Fried tomato sauce. 3 tablespoons are enough, so in it goes. 1, 2, 3. And 3 tablespoons. Here I go, a good stir. 60 seconds to let it reduce a bit, and this is ready. Next ingredient, super flavor with a teaspoon of paprika. In it goes. You can use sweet or spicy paprika, whichever you want. I use the sweet one. Give it a stir, 15 seconds low heat, and you've got it. Here comes the second trick. Add the paprika with the heat low, because if it burns, it will make the whole stew taste bitter. Next ingredient, a small glass of white wine. I like it to have a bit of sweetness, but you can use whichever you prefer. Even with half as much brandy, or by switching to red wine, you can end up with a spectacular dish. We add our splash of white wine. Let the alcohol evaporate over medium heat for about 5 minutes. And there's no rush here, because good stews are made without watching the clock. We add the meat back into the pot. We stir so the flavors mix together and give us an amazing stew as a result. And we cover it with water or broth. We're also going to add a touch of aroma and flavor with a bay leaf. We cook for 60 minutes on medium heat and then come back. Now it's time for the most important part of stews. Time and medium heat. When the meat starts to get tender, that's when we have to add the potatoes, so we have to wait a little bit. It's the perfect time to peel, wash, and crack the potatoes. Break up our potatoes. Notice that we're not cutting them, we're breaking them. That way they release the starch and the broth gets thicker and tastier. And this is the third trick our grandmothers used. That way they release more starch and your stew broth gets thicker without needing to add flour or anything like that. To make this stew to my liking, I used 3 or 4 potatoes, which is about 400 grams of potatoes. After the first 60 minutes of simmering, it's time to add the potatoes in. We're also going to add salt to taste, since the potatoes don't have any. We're going to give it a good stir so that all the potatoes are submerged in our meat broth. Here I go. See? We've got it. And now we'll cook for 25 minutes on medium heat because the potatoes are in charge. And in 25 minutes, they'll be more than ready. And now comes the question of the week. What should we make next week? 2 options. 1. A traditional stew like this one with potatoes and cod. Mine turns out spectacular. Or we take a chance with some sweet rolls with very few ingredients that can be made in the air fryer. You decide. 1. Potatoes with cod. 2. Rolls. In the comments, whichever gets the most comments, I'll make it. There you go. And if you want both, give me a like. It doesn't cost you anything. After 25 minutes, your stew will look like this. It already looks spectacular. You can already tell the potatoes are going to be soft just by looking at them. So all you need to do is let it rest for 2 minutes so the flavors can blend, and it will be even more spectacular. That's it. Time to serve. There you have it, an incredible stew. I like to add some aromatic herbs to give it a spectacular touch at the table. You can add them if you want. If not, that's fine too. Beef stew. Prepared with the 3 tricks grandmothers use and with a result as spectacular as what you see in the picture. Look. Aerial shot. How wonderful. You have to make this recipe. Rizras. Success is guaranteed. As you can see, it was super easy. And I'm about to plate it up. Here I go. And I serve a good hearty portion, just the way I like it. With potatoes, with meat, with sauce, with thick broth, with all the flavor. Look, there you have the final result. Absolutely wonderful. A hearty dish of beef and potatoes that will make all your guests roar with applause. Wow! This with a piece of bread is hard to beat. I'm gonna get a little spoon. Wait for me. Not a little spoon, a big ladle. Let's try it. Bon. Appetit! It's amazing. What a delicious broth, huh? So now, if you want to make it, I'll leave the ingredients for you somewhere. In the text box and also in the video, so nobody gets confused. Thanks for coming. Much love to you all. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me a like, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be just as good as this one. How wonderful, guys. And super easy. Just right. This meat is so tender. I love this dish. Prepare it! My grandmother always said not to talk with your mouth full. But what can we do about it? That's a wrap. See you in the next one.
più farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno d'intorno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto Adolcino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto Adolcino.